Hello! In this video, we will be demonstrating how to perform a breath test with the coVita ToxCO Breath CO Monitor. This video, along with our other training videos, is accessible using the QR code on your monitor as shown here. You can also access it on our website at coVita.net. This video is broken down into two parts. Part 1 will cover mouthpiece sampling, which will be used for testing the majority of patients, and Part 2 of the video will cover face mask sampling, which would generally only be used for patients who are unconscious or who cannot follow instructions. The ToxCO is an FDA-cleared breath carbon monoxide monitor. Our FDA indications for use allows for healthcare professionals to utilize the ToxCO monitor to determine CO poisoning in individuals, as opposed to other technologies which only permit their devices to be utilized for an indication of CO poisoning when used along with the blood test. Please refer to our user manual for our full intended use statements. Studies have demonstrated that breath CO monitoring is a reliable method for estimating blood CO, as it shares a level of accuracy comparable to the gold standard blood test. The ToxCO is a non-invasive point-of-care test that takes less than 30 seconds to perform. This simple test only requires a breath sample, no bodily fluids. The ToxCO analyzes a patient's breath sample and instantly provides a reading in percent carboxyhemoglobin, which is a level of CO in an individual's blood. Before we begin with the mouthpiece sampling, let's review the ToxCO home screen layout and icons. This is a mouthpiece breath test icon, and this is a face mask test icon. Below these two icons is the always-on ambient mode that samples environmental air. This reading only appears on the home screen and is displayed in parts per million, or ppm for short. Please note that the ambient air reading has no effect on patient test results or readings. This is simply a feature to alert you of elevated CO levels in your environment. More information on the ambient mode and alarm threshold can be found in the user manual, as well as in our other ToxCO videos, which can be accessed on our website at coVita.net. Let's begin a mouthpiece test on the ToxCO. First, let's review the necessary components. For this test, you will need the ToxCO monitor, a D-piece, which is an antiviral and antibacterial one-way breathing valve, and a disposable single patient use SteriBreath mouthpiece. Turn on your monitor by pressing and releasing the power button on the top right corner. The monitor is ready to use instantly. Be sure to insert the D-piece correctly as shown. The opening with the round hole should be facing you. Remove the sanitary cover of a new SteriBreath mouthpiece and insert it into the round hole of the D-piece. Instruct the patient to take a deep breath in and hold it. As the patient is inhaling, tap on the breath test icon as shown on the screen and remind the patient not to speak during the breath hold. When the countdown ends and you hear 3 beeps, instruct the patient to place their mouth on the mouthpiece and begin exhaling slowly and completely. As the patient exhales, encourage them to push as much air out as possible, slowly and comfortably. The reading will rise and stabilize, and the test is complete when the home icon appears at the bottom of the screen. You can choose to mute the monitor if desired by tapping the music icon at the bottom of the screen. Please note this will only mute the beeping for the current test. If you need to conduct a test on a new patient or perform the test again on the same patient, use the on-screen shortcut by tapping the mouthpiece test icon below the current reading. Have the patient take a deep breath in as you tap the icon, as the test will begin immediately. Finally, remember to change the disposable SteriBreath mouthpiece for each test. If you start a test too early, say for example if the patient did not take a deep breath when instructed, or you just need to end the test early and start over, simply tap the home icon at the bottom of the screen to end the current test. You can then restart the test when you and the patient are ready. You also have the option to tag a reading with any identifying information, such as a patient ID number, using the tag icon shown here in the bottom right of the screen. Tap the Save icon to save the result. Once saved, you'll be automatically returned to the home screen. If you choose not to tag a reading when the test is finished, you can press the Home icon to return to the main screen. Please note, even if you have not tagged a reading, the monitor will automatically log the last 1,000 results with a time and date stamp. To access the log, simply touch the log icon at the bottom left of the screen. Once in the log menu, press the ambient icon to access the ambient results log, or the patient icon to access the patient results log. Press the Home icon to return to the home screen when finished reviewing results. Please refer to your user manual for any additional operating instructions. Congratulations! You have completed a mouthpiece test on your ToxCO monitor. In order to ensure that you receive accurate results on the ToxCO during mouthpiece testing, it is important that patients hold their breath for the full 15 seconds and that they also provide an end-tidal breath sample. To help you achieve these results and get patient cooperation, we have found it helpful to take a few seconds to review what is expected of the patient prior to conducting an actual test. This will help to avoid problems with patient performance while still keeping the total test time to under 30 seconds. We recommend giving 3 simple pre-test instructions to the patient. First, define the sample needed. Say to the patient, "We're going to give you a test for carbon monoxide poisoning. You're going to empty your lungs by slowly pushing out as much air as possible." Second, explain the breath holding countdown. Say to the patient, "When the test begins, you're going to take a deep breath in and hold it while the monitor counts down for a few seconds. It's important that you do not try to speak until after the test is over." Lastly, describe the exhalation process. Say to the patient, "When I instruct you to, you're going to exhale slowly into the mouthpiece, pushing all of the air out of your lungs." Please feel free to modify this script to suit your needs and patient population. Let's begin a face mask test on the ToxCO. First, let's review the necessary components. For this test, you will need the ToxCO monitor, a D-piece, which is an antiviral and antibacterial one-way breathing valve, 1 single patient-use green rebreathing valve, and an appropriate size face mask for your patient. Turn on your monitor by pressing and releasing the power button on the top right corner. The monitor is ready to use instantly. Be sure to insert the D-piece correctly as shown. The opening with a round hole should be facing you. Choose a correct size face mask for your patient. Insert the single patient-use green rebreathing valve into the face mask port. Next, insert the other end of the green rebreathing valve into the round hole of the D-piece. When you're ready to begin the test, tap the Facemask Test icon. Place the monitor and face mask firmly over the patient's mouth and nose to create a tight seal. Instruct the patient to inhale and exhale normally. Sampling will last for 60 seconds. The reading will rise and hold at the peak level, and the test is complete when the home icon appears at the bottom of the screen. You can choose to mute the monitor if desired by tapping the music icon at the bottom of the screen. Please note, this will only mute the beeping for the current test. If you need to conduct a test on a new patient or perform the test again on the same patient, use the on-screen shortcut by tapping the Face Mask Test icon below the current reading. Remember to change the disposable green rebreathing valve and face mask for each patient. You also have the option to tag a reading with any identifying information such as a patient ID number using the tag icon shown here in the bottom right of the screen. Tap the Save icon to save the result. Once saved, you'll be automatically returned to the home screen. If you choose not to tag a reading when the test is finished, you can press the home icon to return to the main screen. Please note, even if you have not tagged a reading, the monitor will automatically log the last 1,000 results with a time and date stamp. To access the log, simply touch the log icon at the bottom left of the screen. Once in the log menu, press the ambient icon to access the ambient results log, or the patient icon to access the patient results log. Press the home icon to return to the home screen when finished reviewing results. Congratulations! You have completed a face mask test on your ToxCO monitor. In regard to the type of results you should expect to see, it is completely normal to get slight variations in results on consecutive tests on the same patient. All this means is that there were minor differences in the samples provided or in the performance of each test. If this occurs, use the highest reading regardless of whether it occurred on the first or second test. Finally, while readings of 0 are rare, they do occur from time to time and should not be interpreted as a problem with the monitor. If you suspect your monitor is not reading accurately, please contact customer service to troubleshoot. The following screen will appear on your monitor on boot up once a month to remind you to replace your DPs. Tap the home icon to clear the reminder. We suggest disposing of your DPs at the end of every month in order to establish a regular routine and keeping a log to document the date you changed the DPs. Remember to order replacement D-pieces well before your supply runs out. The following screen will appear on your monitor on boot up every 6 months to remind you to calibrate your ToxCO. Please see the ToxCO calibration video for simple instructions on how to calibrate. If you're in the middle of patient testing and unable to calibrate at that moment, you may defer the calibration reminder by tapping the home icon, which will bring you to the home screen. You can then calibrate when convenient. The calibration reminder will continue to appear every time you turn on the monitor until calibration is completed. Calibration instructions can be found in the user manual as well as in our other ToxCO videos, which can be accessed on our website at coVita.net. Turning off your monitor. To turn your monitor off, press and hold the power button for 3 seconds. The display screen on the monitor dims after 5 minutes of inactivity, and the display goes into sleep mode after 15 minutes of inactivity. To resume testing, simply double tap the display screen to wake the monitor up. Do not use the power button to wake it up. The monitor will automatically turn off after 8 hours of inactivity to save battery power. SteriTouch. The surface of the ToxCO has an added material known as SteriTouch. An antimicrobial product, offers protection against a range of bacteria including E. coli, MRSA, Salmonella, and Legionella, as well as black mold growth, biofilm, and fungi. Statement from SteriTouch manufacturer states, coronavirus COVID-19 is an enveloped virus, so called because of its fatty outer membrane or envelope. Several of the active substances we have used successfully tested against other enveloped viruses, such as influenza, avian flu, and SARS. It would be reasonable to imply that those active substances would be effective against COVID-19, but at this stage, testing against COVID-19 is not available. The D-piece contains a one-way valve and an integrated infection control filter with the ability to filter out viral particles and bacterial spores. The D-piece filters have been independently tested for prevention of cross-infection. We are happy to announce, based on this data, that the manufacturer has concluded that bacterial and viral pathogens, including COVID-19/SARS-CoV-2, will effectively be removed by the D-piece filter at an efficiency rate of greater than 99% bacteria and greater than 97% viruses. When wiping down your monitor with the wipe, do not oversaturate the monitor with excess liquid or allow excess liquid to pool in the seams of the monitor's display screen or casing, as this could damage the monitor. It is also recommended after wiping down the monitor to place the monitor with the screen facing down until the monitor dries. Never store your monitor around cleansing products containing harsh chemicals or other cleaning agents or solvents. Please refer to your user manual for any additional operating instructions. We value and appreciate you being a part of the coVita family. Thank you for watching.